Hello, welcome back to another video, and yes, I've got a bunch of new samples in this box from Oz Fragrance. Some of these are new fragrances that have just came out, and I literally just got this box today, and I haven't smelled all of these, but what I did do was I had a few extra samples in my room, so I just got these a couple of days ago. These aren't from Oz Fragrances, these ones, but I just put them in the same box. Like Coney Island, I got them from Facebook Fragrance Group. So there is a few extra in here that I will review as well. Like Invictus Victory Elixir, Kismet Angel, which is an Angel Shares clone. We got Lattafa Faka. I don't want to sound like I'm swearing because I might get censored if I say that word. Faka right in the pussy, you know. I just said it anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm totally gonna get banned for that, right? So I'm gonna have to age restrict this video, or I could just edit that out, or hope that they just understand the joke. Anyway, Coney Island by Bond Number 9. Those ones I have already smelt, by the way, so I got the chance to smell them yesterday or the day before. Oh, and there's two other ones actually. There's Lattafa Asad, and then there's also Orto Parisi Megamare. So Megamare was also, it's been really hyped, at least in the Australian fragrance community. This one, everyone's talking about this, and I just keep seeing this name pop up so many times on the group, and I'm like, why is everyone talking about this? So I had to try it because it's just got a lot of hype right now. So those ones I've tried, but there was a new one that came today. Oh yeah, Phantom Parfum. This is the Parfum, not the original. I haven't tried the original because I heard it wasn't that great, but the new one is supposed to be a lot better. Oh yeah, and these came today as well, which there's some in here. I have not tried these ones though, because literally only got these today. In here we got Le Labo Matcha 26. Imaginary Authors, In Love with Everything by Imaginary Authors. 4711 Lemon and Ginger. And Salted Green Mango by Strangers Parfumery. So these ones here are not really as hyped. I don't really see many people talking about them except for Matcha 26. That's got some hype behind it. But the other three were just ones that I was curious to try. Because I just looked on Fragrantica. I wanted to know what they smell like. So I'm not going to review those in this video because they're not very hyped. They're not going to get me many views if I review those. But now into the box that I just got from Oz Fragrance. I will just say they gave me a free sample of MFK 724. This is one that I've been wanting to try for a while, so thank you. This is a free sample. And then they give me this, it's like a deck of cards or a quiz or something, like a perfume quiz. So this is interesting. It's I don't know if you can read the bottom down here. It says 120 questions, 1 booklet, 12 cents, 100 blotters to challenge your olfactive memory and develop your creativity. 120 questions to play and learn about niche perfumery brands found at Joyboy. Discover what your nose knows. Discover what your nose knows. So I'm assuming this is just like a little game you can play to see how good your nose is. which would be interesting because I like things like that. Blindfolding yourself, smelling the fragrances, trying to guess what's in them, you know. So the actual fragrances that I did get, I think there's only 12 in here because I was trying to save a little bit of money. So I only got like 12 fragrances this time from Oz Fragrance. But I think we'll start off with the most hyped ones first. Luna Rossa Ocean EDP. So this is the new EDP Luna Rossa Ocean. I'll start off with this first. Okay. Eau de Parfum. Like I said, I haven't smelt this yet, so I apologize if I get a few things wrong at first, or if there's some things I don't really pick up at first sniff, because that does happen when you first smell a fragrance. It can take a while to really just like adjust to it. And I always notice some few things like after like a month or two of smelling a fragrance, then you can really like make up your mind about what you think about the fragrance, because sometimes you like it at first and then you don't like it. Sometimes you don't like it at first and then you do like it. This smells a little bit different than original, actually. Instantly it's way more sweeter, and it has like this leathery suede smell to it. Actually, no, I think that's iris. So it's got this like, it's got an iris, a woody iris smell. There's like a dryness to it. There's an iris in there. There is a dry wood. Obviously there is freshness, but this is definitely sweeter than the original. The iris is more noticeable in this, so in the EDT, the iris you can't notice as much. This, they've amplified that iris a lot. So I think that's like the main smell in here now. Yeah, iris and tonka. I think it's tonka instead of vanilla, unless there's both. This is really good as well. I think this is an amazing fragrance, honestly. It's still got a little bit of that blue DNA in there, where it'll probably get compared to like Bleu de Chanel and Dior Sauvage a lot because the EDT was compared to those. This does get a little bit different because it's a lot sweeter and more iris now. So it's getting a little bit further away from that blue territory because of the iris and the tonka in there, or the vanilla. It's got this like dryness to it that I really enjoy. It's not actually an aquatic scent. So despite saying ocean, I don't think it's very aquatic. I do think the performance of this is going to be a lot better because at first spray it actually smells way stronger than the EDT. So this is an EDP that does actually have better performance. I can already tell just based off how strong it is. But yeah, I'm not really a fan of some types of iris. There's a lot of iris that I don't like, and then there's some iris that I love. This is a very unique iris that it's only something that Prada do. So it's not like a Prada L'Homme. It's not your Prada L'Homme iris. Actually, no, I think it is a little bit similar to the Prada L'Homme type of iris, actually. It's just not as soapy, whereas Prada L'Homme is more soapy in my opinion. This is like, yeah, I don't know. If you've ever tried Prada, the iris they use is really unique to just Prada only. I don't think anyone's even came close to getting this type of iris in a fragrance, besides maybe Armani Code Parfum, the new one, which is pretty close. But yeah, this is like citrus, iris, musk, tonka, And wood, yeah. There's definitely some dry wood, which is vetiver or cedar in there, but it's very well done. So, um, it's looking like I'm gonna have to buy a bottle of this because this stuff is just really nice. And I have the EDT. I've said before it's one of my favorites. Just the performance of that is a little bit weak. This is stronger with a little bit of that same smell as the original. But I like that sweetness and the iris a little more actually compared to the EDT. I think it's less basic than the original. The original's a little bit more basic. This is not as basic, despite smelling very similar. Yeah, I think pretty much the ingredients are the same, or there might be one or two things different. This is just a lot stronger, so it's pretty much what the people wanted. They wanted a stronger version of Luna Rossa Ocean, and they got that. Minus the extra sweetness they put in there too, from that Tonka vanilla. So yeah, I rate that an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Extremely mass appealing, safe fragrance, sexy, versatile all year round. I'm assuming it's cheap, so it's pretty close to being like a perfect fragrance. Can't find anything wrong with it besides I'm assuming the performance, which is probably not going to be like amazing. So yeah, performance is probably going to be the only downside of that fragrance. Really good. So I'm not sure if I should review one of the other ones or if I'll just keep doing these ones in here. So yeah, actually, next we'll go Nishane Annie X, the new Nishane that came out, and it looks like it's leaked actually. I know. So you could tell it's like leaked or something. The writing's a little bit smudged here, and that's because it's got some liquid on the outside. Annie X. Oh yeah, look at this. In the cap, you can see there's like a little bit of residue in the cap here. So it's definitely leaked. You can see it's a little bit wet in there. That's a shame because the level's still fine anyway. It's like pretty much still full, so I guess it might just be a little bit of residue when they filled it up. One thing I will say, I love the original Annie, by the way. It blew me mind when I first seen it. I was just in love with the original Annie. I still smell Annie all the time. Oh, great, damn it. I've just smudged that even more. Now you can't even read it. Oh no. What have I done? I've smudged it so you can't read it anymore. Damn. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, the original Annie has a medicinal smell to it, and it's a lot more sweeter. This is already smelling a lot more less medicinal, more citrusy in the opening, and this has oud in it. So I thought the original Annie had oud in it. It doesn't. I still get that oud smell in the original, but this is like a different kind of oud. This is a little bit of a different kind of oud smell, I should say. So the original Annie is darker, more like a dark wood. This is more like a dry, fresher smelling wood. Yeah. This is citrusy. I didn't expect this to be as citrusy because I know Annie is a very medicinal, vanilla, woody fragrance. And this is almost like a citrus vanilla fragrance with some oud in it. So as it dries down, that oud is getting a lot stronger. So this is very woody. Very nice fragrance. I really enjoy this already. I don't even really like oud. honestly. So this is not like the worst oud I've smelled. This is a very more of a clean oud, a very clean citrusy oud. But there is a bitterness to it, so it'd be interesting to find out what the ingredients actually are, because I'm smelling like citrus, oud, and vanilla. And yeah, citrus, oud, and vanilla is the main thing I smell. But I think I could smell some kind of floral in there. It's not like a floral fragrance, but there is something a little bit floral about it. Like, very mild. I'm just trying to figure out, is it rose or is it lavender? Because I don't really know. It might not be either of them. I'm going to look at the notes quickly on Fragrantica. Annie X. Nishane. So it's got lavender and rose in it. And I was right. It is actually a more fresh version of the original Annie. And there is something I can notice now. I just looked at the notes. Ginger. I can smell so much ginger in here. And I don't know how I didn't pick up on that until I just read the notes. But I can smell a lot of ginger in there. Ginger, citrus, vanilla. It's actually a little bit similar to Ingenious Ginger by Goldfield and Banks. It's got that same type of ginger. The same ginger you would get in like Sospiro Vibrato or the Ingenious Ginger. So it is a little bit like that vibrato kind of DNA with Annie in it. So if you combine like vibrato and Annie, very similar. I think the cardamom actually also is doing the same kind of thing as the ginger here, where that ginger, the cardamom smells a lot like ginger, if that makes sense, because in a previous review I talked about Joy Voy Remember Me, and I said that cardamom smells a little bit like ginger in Remember Me by Joy Voy. So this has that same kind of cardamom, ginger, citrus, vanilla, oud, and lavender kind of scent in there. This is really good. I can't believe how good it is. But the other notes are melon, cardamom, pink pepper, green apple, black currant, sandalwood, musk, ambergris, cedar. Yeah. I didn't really expect there to be melon, apple, or blackcurrant in there. And I gotta say, it's done really well. It doesn't smell that fruity to me. It just smells more like citrusy and ginger, cardamom, oud, vanilla. This is actually more unisex than the original Annie. Original Annie is way more masculine, dark, a little bit stanky. The original Annie just has that medicinal smell to it. This is like really more unisex. Huge improvement over the original Annie, I gotta say. It's a big improvement. However, if you really like that original Annie DNA, something about it just has more punch to it. So the original Annie just has this punch and its depth. I think the original Annie is going to last a lot longer. This, I don't think it's as strong or long lasting as the original Annie. I'm going to move on to another fragrance. I've talked about 2 fragrances already and it's been 20 minutes, so that's way too long. I have to make these next reviews shorter. I do apologize for that. I have Creed Aventus Absolute in here, but I'm not going to review that just yet because I want to save that for another video. What should we do? I got Gisada Ambassador Intense. I'll also review that in another video. Okay. You know what? I will review a different fragrance. One of these ones. We'll go Megamare by Orto Parisi because I've already smelt this. I can talk about this quicker. I already know roughly the smell of it. So Megamare. What to say about Megamare? This makes me feel extremely nauseous. There's a bunch of birds here making a lot of noise, so I do apologize for that. But Megamare, it's an ambroxan bomb. It's supposed to be aquatic. It smells like salt. This is one of the saltiest fragrances I've ever tried in my life. Extremely salty. It's so strong. This has to be one of the strongest fresh fragrances ever made. So if you want a beast mode fresh fragrance, this is probably the strongest I've ever smelled in my entire life. It is so strong. Ambroxan, seaweed, driftwood. It's got that kind of I actually said it smells a little bit like a pirate ship because if you had the wood from a pirate ship is sailing through the ocean, right? So I'm gonna like paint a picture for you. There's a pirate ship on the ocean. This pirate ship is made of wood. The wood has started to get that marine smell to it. It's got the salt from the ocean, the water. It's got the seaweed. It's got a little bit of algae. It's starting to get this green seaweed smell to it while having this salty marine aquatic smell at the same time. And then you combine that with ambroxan. That's this fragrance. It's woody, seaweed, aquatic, marine, ambroxan, salty. That's pretty much what this is. I think something in there makes me extremely nauseous and I feel sick smelling it. It's headache inducing. However, my sister does really like this. Actually, I don't understand why. I didn't think my sister would like this, but she thinks it's a great scent. She likes it. I don't like it. It's a polarizing scent, I guess, but oh yeah, someone in the review said it smelled like fenugreek, and after I smelled that, I was like, wow, I can totally smell fenugreek in this fragrance. So it's got this little bit of a spice to it, which I think is fenugreek, but I'm not sure, you know. But it totally smells like fenugreek, even though it's not in the notes. So yeah, I'm gonna not talk about that anymore. I think that's enough. The next fragrance is Asad by Lattafa. This is a Dior Sauvage Elixir clone. So a clone of the Elixir. Whoops. And how does this smell different than the original Elixir? So this has the same spice as Sauvage Elixir. It definitely smells like Sauvage Elixir, but it's missing something. I think what it's missing is that soapy freshness and a little bit of that cola smell. So the cola smell comes from the nutmeg. It's missing that cola smelling nutmeg. It's missing the soapy lavender. And then it's missing a little bit of that licorice smell. So there's something definitely in there that it's missing. I think it's that soapy shower gel kind of freshness in there, and it really needs that to balance out everything else. But I think it's got the same kind of smell as... These birds are really noisy. it's got the same kind of smell as Sauvage Elixir, just missing a little something. So it's not as good as Sauvage Elixir. This is cheaper, similar smell. It's nowhere near as strong. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe Sauvage Elixir is too strong. This is not as strong. It just doesn't scratch that itch for me. It does smell really good. But if you don't like Sauvage Elixir, you won't like this, because it's very similar. And I think what really makes Sauvage Elixir better is that freshness from that soapy lavender and the cola nutmeg. So unfortunately, it's not like as good as the original. Some clones you really want to be better than the original. This is not better than the original, but it is really close, very close. Maybe 80%, 80. Yeah, I'd say it's not identical because it's just missing something, and the spices are a little different. I don't think it's got the same spices in there. I think what they have done though is they've used pineapple instead of oh yeah, that's another thing. The original Sauvage Elixir has grapefruit, so I think that's another reason why original Sauvage Elixir is more fresh. It's got grapefruit, whereas this is pineapple. So that's a big difference there. Pineapple is not as fresh as grapefruit. This is a lot smoother, so that's a good thing. Maybe you like the smoothness of this. I wrote down some notes, but I pretty much already talked about everything. This is a little bit more peppery. That's another thing as well. So I'll look at Fragrantica quickly, just to tell you what the notes are in it. So the notes of this are black pepper, tobacco, pineapple, patchouli, coffee, iris, vanilla, benzoin, and dry wood. So the iris gives it that soapiness. It's just not as fresh as lavender. The pineapple also gives it that freshness. The pineapple gives it that freshness. It's just not as fresh as the grapefruit and Sauvage Elixir. And there is no licorice, so that's what it's missing. It needs the licorice nutmeg as well. But besides that, it is very close, even though the notes are actually quite different. Anyway, move on. Besides saying that is a masculine scent, that's not unisex or anything. One more fragrance to review quickly. Kismet Angel by Mason Alhambra. I think it's Mason Alhambra. I can't remember who makes this, but it is an Angel Share cologne. And I gotta say, this is very, very close to the original Angel Share. I've smelled Lattafa Camera before, and that's nowhere near Angel Share at all. I don't think it's even close to Angel Share. But this is almost exactly like Angel Share. What I get in this, it's got that same gourmand cinnamon cognac vanilla smell to it, and that's the main thing you really get in here is cognac, vanilla, cinnamon. I don't know if there is any other spices in there, but I also get in a dry down there's like this greenness to it, like a patchouli kind of greenness to it in the dry down. But besides that, it's just like a little bit earthy. Barely noticeable in the dry down, but I definitely do notice it. So maybe that's the only difference to the original Angel Share. This is definitely boozy. It's got that almost peppery type of alcohol to it, where if you smell rum has that almost like peppery alcohol smell where you can smell it in the nose. It's just a little bit like that burning feeling. Cognac is, I think, an alcohol made of vanilla or something like that, a vanilla flavored alcohol. So it's more of a gourmand smell. It is one of the better alcohols to use in a fragrance, actually, I think, cognac. It's a sweet alcohol. So you do have your sweet alcohols and you have your fresh alcohols, like gin, absinthe, vodka. I think they're more like the fresher alcohols. You have like Malibu, or I think it's Malibu. It's like that coconut alcohol. That is more of a sweeter alcohol, better for tropical fragrances. You have cognac, which is better for gourmand. It works better with gourmand because I think it is vanilla type of alcohol. So yes, it's very close to angel share. I can't really pick out any differences. I think it's almost like a 95-99% similar fragrance. But then again, it's been a while since I smelled angel share. I do remember angel share smelling like cinnamon hot cross buns, like you were cooking hot cross buns in the oven. Your house smells like this, like a cinnamon roll, or some kind of baked food you would cook. I think it is hot cross buns. That's the main smell I got from angel share, and I get the exact same smell from this. It's like that you're cooking something with cinnamon in the oven, and it's got that smell to it. With that said, I don't really like it. I don't like angel share actually, and I don't really like this. So while I'm saying good things about this, it's not my type of fragrance. I think it is more mature. Although, if you want a mature gourmand, this is the one to go with, or angel share is that one to go with. I would say forget about tobacco vanille, forget about Fève Delicious, vanilla diorama, tabacula. Don't get those. I think those are pretty bad actually. Out of all those gourmand type of scents, angel share and Kismet angel is way better. So yeah, I would suggest angel share over like tobacco vanille, vanilla diorama, Fève Delicious, those types of scents, just because this is a lot better actually. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. Peace out. Much love. Like and subscribe below.